Mga boss, malapit na po ang May 2016 elections at syempre matatapos na rin ang deadline ng registration this October 31st. Kaya naman marami tayong pag-uusapan about that. This morning, makakasama natin ang spokesperson ng COMELEC. Walang iba kundi si Director James Jimenez. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Morning, Jules.
Welcome back to the studio.
Thank
Okay, sir. So, ang topic natin ngayon, before, of course, laging about the election, the schedules. Pero ngayon, about the machine itself.
Yes.
Kasi yung pinaka-issue natin. So, is it still automated for 2016?
Yeah, well, yes, definitely. Automated tayo, no? In the last few weeks naman, ang pinag-uusapan na lamang ay kung anong klaseng makina ang gagamitin or kung saan manggagaling. Kahapon, naglabas na ng desisyon yung COMELEC. Sinasabi ng COMELEC na re-rentahan na lang natin yung mahigit 90,000 machines na kakailanganin. Okay. So, kahapon nga, lumabas yung desisyon, mag-release tayo ng mahigit 90,000 na brand new machines.
Brand new?
Brand new. Ibig sabihin, ima-manufacture specifically for the elections in 2016.
Bakit po re-rentahan, sir, at hindi bibilin?
Una-una, yung decision ng renta versus buy, matagal na pinag-usapan yan, ano? At ang mga factors na kinonsider dyan ay yung utility ng makina. Ibig sabihin, yung value ng makina, gano'ng katagal siya magiging valuable, etc. No? So, napag-desisyonan na mas mainam kung lease with option to purchase ang gagawin natin. Yan actually din yung ginawa natin noong 2009. We had a lease with option to purchase and then after the elections, binili rin natin eventually. Pero itong 70,000 na i-lease natin na karagdagang makina, hindi natin to i-purchase. No? We're not expecting to purchase. Kasi meron pa tayong 81,000 machines na naka-storage.
2013.
This is from 2013. Yes, 2013. No, yung 81,000. Ngayon, hindi natin siya ma-refurbish ngayon in time for 2016. So we'll hold on to them and then refurbish them pagdating ng before 2019.
Okay.
In fact, ang plano ng COMELEC is immediately after the elections in 2016, sisimula na kagad yung proseso ng pagre-refurbish noon para mas mahaba yung panahon, therefore, mas mura.
Ano po ba yung proseso ng pagre-refurbish ng mga PICOS machines? Gano'n po ba kahaba yun or kahirap?
Well, unang-una, you're talking about 81,000 machines. No?
Okay.
Doon pa lang, medyo alam mo ng proseso niyan. Pangalawa, kailangan mong i-diagnose lahat ng makina.
Okay.
Titingnan mo kung ano yung problema, kung ano yung kailangan i-replace. And then, at saka mo na ngayon i-replace lahat ng mga worn-out parts. Hindi mo lang siya i-replace ang worn-out parts, i-upgrade mo pa siya. Which means that you are actually going to have to change certain major components, no? Like motherboards. Yung mga CMOS niya, papalitan yan. So, yung proseso na yan, again, normally it would take only about 5 months.
Okay.
Pero that's a crash program. Ibig sabihin, nagmamadali ka lahat, mas marami ang gagamitin, you do more shifts, therefore more expensive. But if you spread it out over a period of almost 3 years, then you do it cheaper. No? Ang concern pa din namin, of course, is not to keep them in storage longer than necessary.
Okay.
No? So, yung problema natin, kapag nag-refurbish ka ng masyado namang maaga, then you're storing them nang hindi mo sila ginagalaw before you actually use them. So we start the bidding process, which is longer, immediately after the elections, so that by the time we actually start with the project, medyo nandun na tayo sa tamang window before you actually use it.
So talaga pagdadaanan natin through bidding process, of course, is the government. Ganun po talaga yung process.
Of course.
Even sa pagre-refurbish.
Right. Hanggang sa maiiwasan natin yung iba't ibang alternative modes of procurement, iiwasan natin yan.
Okay. So for May 2016, sir, yung mga machines na gagamitin natin, is it still similar to what we used in 2013, 2010?
Yes. In fact, ang tawag nga natin sa gagamitin natin sa 2016 ay OMR, no?
OMR.
Which is the generic designation for a PICOS machine. You see, a PICOS machine is essentially an optical mark reader.
Okay.
No? Pero PICOS lang ang tawag natin sa kanya dahil ginagamit siya sa presinto, nagbibilang siya doon, at gumagamit siya ng optical scan, so PICOS. But generically, as an OMR. And an OMR is exactly what we're going to use in 2016.
Will it be rented still with the same company?
Yes, it will be rented with Smartmatic pa rin, no? And the reason for that is despite opening the bidding process to everyone, Unfortunately, Smartmatic lang ang talagang
Pumasok
naging
sa standards.
compliant,
Okay.
naging responsive yung bid, etc. etc. So, at the end of the day, kung sino yung natirang responsive bidder, siya talaga yung mananalo.
Okay. So beyond the machine, sir, comparing this will be our third automated election.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So comparing it from 2010, 2013, ano ang difference ng 2016 election?
Yung sa mga makinang in-offer sa amin, nakita na natin, marami siyang improvements. No? First of all, just looking at the machine itself, may makikita ka ng pagkakaiba. Number one, yung LCD screen na dating nakalagay lang, parang, congratulations, your vote has been registered. Ngayon, it's like, I think, twice the size of that. It's like width-wise and height-wise, lumaki talaga siya.
Mas readable siya.
Mas readable siya. The addition of color, for instance. Color is very important because it adds a new layer of information that's available on the screen. The thermal print improved. Yung proseso ng pag-iimprenta ng mga resibo is much better now. And meron siyang mga accessibility features. Halimbawa, meron siyang earphone jack.
Okay.
For the sight impaired.
Okay.
Pwede actually basahin sa kanya yung balota. Internally, marami ring pagbabago.
Okay.
No? The way it scans the machine is different. It will avoid, at least that's what we've seen already, it will avoid yung mga guhit-guhit sa mga scanned images.
Are we still using the same paper, yung balota mismo, yung ganung
Yung
kahaba?
paper will be determined by the requirements of the machine, I think, for the most part. Because kailangan kung ano yung magkakasya dun sa maliit na space para sa roller, no? You have to get the proper weight of paper. Also, we want to make sure na yung paper natin, hindi yung nagkakaroon na ng tinatawag natin sa Tagalog na himulmul.
Yes, yes.
Diba? Especially pag nilagyan mo siya ng ink. So, all of that is being studied right now. We've already started negotiation. So, we hope that by the end of the process, makita natin na magandang-maganda yung sistema natin.
I'm talking about the details, sir. Even yung sa balota, bilog pa rin siya na sa shade natin.
Yes.
It's still the same.
It's the same.
Okay, so yung mga campaigns natin before, pwede pa rin siya
Exactly. That's precisely the reason why. No? Ang hinahanap mo sa isang electoral system, among other things, continuity. Diba? Kasi nagtuturo ka ng mga tao Yung mga tao naman yan, hindi yan pa bago-bago every elections. Mag-start ka ng 18, dadaan ka sa maraming halalan. Kung bawat halalan, iba-ibang sistema, di ba? Parang hindi efficient yung education mo. So, we're striving for continuity. A lot of things, especially from the voter side, will look the same, pero hindi ibig sabihin, it'll be the same old.
Yes.
Di ba? It just looks the same.
Alright, so how many voters are we expected to vote in 2016?
We're looking at about 54 million.
54 million. That's half of the population.
About, yes. And half of that is men and we do apparently, no? Half the population will be voting, and then half of the voting population are women, half are men.
Okay.
Diba? So, maganda yung distribution natin. I think what you should also be, what we should be emphasizing also is that more than 30% of that, of the 54 million, will be youth.
That's my next question actually. So 30%.
Mga 37%.
37%. That's big.
A lot.
So pwedeng maiba talaga yung magiging results.
Alam mo, ngayon pa lang, as we speak, we're with less than 54 million voters actually in the rolls. There are already more than 20 million youth.
20 million votes who will vote?
Who can be voting.
Okay.
Ibig sabihin, they're eligible, they're registered. Wala lang election pa, no? But yeah, if elections were held today, we'd have 20 million youth voters. 20 million youth voters. If you put that in the context of the last presidential elections, the president was elected with only 15 million votes.
Wow.
So, literally, you can have, I don't know.
Yes. I get you, sir.
Yeah, you can have Ili Golding for next president if you really, really wanted. But, so it's a huge number.
Yes.
No? Kaya nga, isa sa mga kinakampanya din ng commission namin, kumbaga, paigihin natin yung kampanya for education.
Definitely. Voter education talaga.
which leads me to segue into the presidential debates.
Yes, yes.
And that's a very important part of our plans for
This is very
coming
new for
elections.
COMELEC.
Well, new in the sense that we haven't done it in a long time.
Yes.
But presidential debates have always been considered to be a very important part of any information campaign.
Yes. Okay, sir. So, as we end, since nabanggit niyo po na sobrang laki ng role ng youth for this 2016 elections, social media, lahat ng mga kabataan ngayon may social media, gaano po kalaki ang magiging role ng social media for the 2016 elections?
Sa tingin ko, napakalaki dahil napakaraming merong social media account,
Yes.
napakaraming merong smartphones. That's actually the thing about social mobility of social media that makes it a very big factor. One of the things that we're also going to look into is how to teach the youth, especially those with smartphones, how to effectively use social media as a means of affecting the outcome of the elections.
And the debates are heating up right now.
Yes,
on social
ngayon
media.
pa lang.
Antindi.
Diba? Oo.
Alright, sir. So, as we end, please to invite everyone to register to vote.
Yes. Actually, ang registration po natin hanggang October 31, 2015 pa. So you still have a little over 2 months left. Please don't waste your opportunity. Tandaan po natin, no biometrics, no voting in 2016. No bio, no boto.
No bio, no boto. Thank you so much, sir. Once again, nakasama natin spokesperson ng COMELEC. Walang iba kundi si Director James. It's my pleasure to interview
Yes, sir.
sir.